So this will be a knee circuit. And I'll share a video. We'll do only probably like 3 movements on each side. I'll show you a video. But you do this on your own. You do it to your best understanding of the movements of the instructions on your own. You don't have to constantly be looking on the screen. If you get completely confused, you can take a look at the screen. I'll be playing that exercise for you. Now, there is a condition. There is super important condition. Don't do anything that hurts. If you find that something is irritating, stop. Doesn't pay. It doesn't matter that research says that you should train your quadricep, hamstring, glutes, core. It doesn't matter. If while you're training, your knee is getting worse or your lower back is getting strained, this is not proper. This is not a good idea. So feel free to skip any movement if it gives you discomfort. So here's how we start. You're lying on your back with both knees bent. And the feet are about shoulder width apart. So again, the feet, knees are pretty much aligned like in what you did before. Oops. That's funny sound. So we start with the first exercise. The first exercise is the core activation, the activation of your deepest of abdominal muscles. And what we do is what is also part of one of the Feldenkrais lessons. You take a breath in to your belly, expanding your belly. And as you exhale, the first part, you just relax. And the second part, you will start to draw your belly inward, in, and pulling your pelvic floor muscles up, drawing your diaphragm underneath your ribs, abdomen gets smaller. Go to the bottom of exhale, hold it for a moment, and then let go and inhale, allowing your belly to expand fully. And exhale, relax. One quiet breath without anything. And then we go second time. Inhale to your belly. And as you exhaling, make that prolonged exhalation. On the second half of the exhale, draw your belly in. Pull your belly button in toward your spine, up under your bridge of your ribs. Your abdomen gets sucked in. Your pelvic floor is pulled up as if you were going into cold water. Remember going to cold water on the beach and releasing. Inhale and exhale in a relaxed way. We'll do it one more time. Take a breath in to your belly. The belly will expand. The lower back will expand. The pelvic floor will expand down. Start exhaling quietly. First half, you don't need to do anything. Second half, start drawing your belly in and prolonging your exhale, expelling all the air out to the point where you feel like there's almost nothing left, like the belly is so hollow, sucked in. Hold, hold, hold. This is what science shows us is the best activation of transversus abdominis. After holding, stop, take a breath in and out, relax. So that's the first movement, activation of your core, transversus abdominis. Second exercise, slide your right foot down. This will be isometric quadricep activation. You can put a pillow or a towel underneath your knee and make a quad, contract the muscle of your thigh by pushing the back of your knee toward the towel or toward the floor. You will feel firmness. And now relax it. Completely relax your thigh. Second attempt, contract the muscles of your right thigh, push the back of the knee into the floor. Your right heel will lift 1 millimeter. No need to hyperextend big time, but there is a little bit of a hyperextension that's physiological. And the quad is held. Now relax, let go. See how well you're succeeding differentiating between quad and buttock. Some of you, go ahead, contract your thigh, push the back of the knee into the floor, into the towel, and your buttock is relaxed. Can you make that happen? Thigh is on fire, buttock is relaxed. That takes little training to find how to activate your quad. Let go, relax. Now for a change, we are going to activate our buttock muscle, the gluteal. So that's the third exercise, glute set. You contract, squeeze the muscle of your right buttock. You will feel your pelvis turning a little bit to the left, and then let go. Squeeze it again. Contract it. You will feel pelvis turning, belly button turning to the left. Your left knee stands upright. This is asking for left hip to internally rotate. Your knee is upright. And then relax your buttock. Soften it. No pinching anymore. All melted, relaxed. One more time. Squeeze your right buttock. Feel your pelvis rotating around your left standing knee. Feel that freedom in the left hip joint for the pelvis to rotate left. Feel buttock on fire. Now your thigh doesn't need to contract. Beautiful. Relax it. Complete relaxation. Breath in and out is a good idea in between. Please bend your right knee. We'll repeat the same on the left side. First, your quad. Left leg is long, right knee is bent. Squeeze the muscles of the left thigh, pushing the back of your left knee to the floor or to the towel if you prefer. Your left heel picks up a millimeter or two. Left quad is on fire, buttock relax, and now let go. Breath in and out as you're relaxing. No contraction of the muscles. And the second activation, squeeze the muscle of the thigh, push the back of the knee into the floor. Of course, don't do anything that hurts. Lift the heel tiny bit, feel fire in the quad. And relax it. Completely melt your quad, release it, let go, let go, let go. While you're relaxing, breath in and out. Let's do the third contraction. Squeeze the muscle of the left thigh. Feel how is your control of that muscle? Some of you will be confused. Some of you will have hard time finding it. Others will feel spot on. I contract, I got it. Boom. It's like soccer player thigh that is big and you see the heads of the quadricep. Completely relax. Let go. Now we go to our glutes. We squeeze left buttock. Feel pelvis rotating now right. Can you sense the glute is making your pelvis spill a little bit to the right? And that asks for right hip to be flexible. If the hip is stiff, the knee will tilt out. Again, squeeze your buttock and feel, can the pelvis rotate toward the right thigh? The right knee stands upright, it's vertical, but the pelvis, belly button, pubic bone is rotated to the right. Relax. Again, we're not only training our glutes, we're training mobility in the right hip joint. Squeeze one more time. Your left buttock. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And release it. Complete relaxation. Please bend your left knee and straighten your right leg. Next movement, we'll do straight leg raises. Take a breath in. You will push with your left foot and lift your right leg, straight leg, a little bit off the floor and bring it back down. Again, don't do anything that causes pain. And don't need to lift high, maybe to the level of your left knee. The leg is straight. You're lifting it and you're lowering. Important place, your lower back. Can you feel your lower back being a good place from where you can anchor? Let's do it on the left leg. Only 3 times. That's how we start. Simple. Actually, what we're going to do is now activate the quadricep. So stay with your both knees bent. And what we do is both knees are bent, hands are down at your sides. And what you will do is you will extend your right knee. You will straighten your right knee. Again, activating muscles in front of your thigh, and then bend it. Can you do this movement with minimum to no motion in your thigh? This is deceptively complicated. Lift the lower leg, extend your knee fully, and then bend it without waddling, without moving the thigh. Now, please straighten the left leg, and we do straight leg raises. Your left leg is long, right knee is bent. And what we do is raise your left leg straight in the knee toward the ceiling, and then bring the leg down. Lift your leg and bring the leg down. You straighten your left knee all the way, and you pick up your left leg toward the level of the right knee and then bring it back down. Can you do it without pulling your lower back? So many of us, when we lower the leg or when we start lifting, the back arches and it yanks the spine. Could we keep the spine fairly stable? If not, skip it. Second movement, knee extensions. Both knees are bent, and we straighten the left leg toward the ceiling, and then we bend it. I'm having a little delay with my video, but will do. Imperfections are okay. Your left knee, you're straightening it and bending it. Straightening it and bending it. Now the video will catch up with me. So both knees are bent, and we extend the knee fully and we bend the knee. Left knee straightens, left knee bends. Left knee straightens and left knee bends. Excellent. Great job. We keep both knees bent. We go to bridges. Have your feet underneath you, close to being poised, legs poised over the feet. And what you will do is you will lift your pelvis, bringing your weight onto your shoulders. You can feel your buttock muscles. Can you squeeze? Can you feel how they're contracting to lift the pelvis? Then return your pelvis back to the floor. Your spine will make like a chain type of movement. Lift your pelvis. Feel your buttocks contracting, your buttocks and your thighs. Your quadriceps and your glutes are active with this movement. And then lower your pelvis, lower it down, and relax. And we go third time. Lift your pelvis. Feel your glutes working, and return. Now we'll start to activate our hamstring. This may be challenging. Straighten your right leg halfway. This may cause some cramps. If you really decondition, you will feel cramps in the back of the thigh. Therefore, don't try to even lift the bridge if you have cramps. Your foot is flexed. The left knee is bent as it was. And feel, can you lift your pelvis with your left buttock and with your right hamstring? Can you feel the back of your right thigh on fire? Again, modulate. If it's painful, if it's difficult, just apply a little pressure with your heel. Don't lift your pelvis. One more time. Raise your pelvis or apply pressure with your heel and feel the back of your right thigh contracting and the left front of the thigh and buttock contracting. Wonderful. Return your leg back to bend position. Slide the left leg halfway down, flex your left ankle, and now you will reverse it. You lift your pelvis, not as high as before, like halfway or barely lift at all, and feel your left heel is pushing and your right whole foot is pushing. Your pelvis, see, can it lift without turning, without swaying right, left? Lift and come back. If it cannot, just work on the first push and don't even lift the pelvis. And then returning. Let's do it one more time. You surely can feel the back of your left thigh, right? It's really demanding for that part, for that muscle. The hamstring muscles are on fire here. And then come back. And bring your left foot back. And we'll do something to now lengthen your hamstring, to release and lengthen your hamstring. So please bring your right thigh toward your chest, put your hands behind your knee. And now a few times, lift your foot toward the ceiling and then bend it. And lift, straightening your knee. Feel now the back of your thigh is elongating. The back of the knee is elongating. You may feel a gentle pull, gentle lengthening. Don't overstretch. Just go within the range that feels comfortable and don't need to lift the pelvis. If you're lifting pelvis, you are actually not lengthening your hamstring. Now let's switch legs. Put the right foot back down. Bring your left thigh toward your chest. Put your hands behind your thigh and start straightening your left leg. Your foot can be like ballerina, pointed, or it can be relaxed. And then bend it. Feel lengthening of the back of your thigh. The muscles that we were working with, that half bridge, with that asymmetrical bridge, now you're having that chance for them to get longer, to relax. One more time. Lift your leg and lower it down. Beautiful. Now, please lie on your left side. We have three more movements. Bend both of your knees, hips to about 45, 50, 60 degrees. And what we'll do is we'll start to activate muscles of the buttock by lifting your right knee away from the left knee while the foot stays on top of the other foot. And then lower, bring the knee back down. Raise your knee toward the ceiling, opening your right hip joint. Come back down. Feel the muscles in the buttock on fire again. Your pelvis may slightly rotate, but if it turns a lot, don't. Allow the pelvis to remain so you are opening the hip joint. Otherwise, we take over with spinal movement and the whole trunk movement. Next exercise, progression. Something that I call fire hydrant, like a dog peeing on the fire hydrant. What you're going to do is this time you will lift the whole leg, including your foot. Lift your knee, lift your foot. Knee toward the ceiling, foot dangling, and then lower the leg down. Go again. Raise and lift. And lower your leg down. And the third time, raise again. Can you sense the fire in the buttocks muscles? And lower. As always, don't do anything that causes pain. Now we do circles. Bring the knee to chest, open the knee toward the ceiling, lower the knee down away from you toward the left knee, and continue. Bring your knee toward your chest, toward the ceiling, away from you, and down to the other knee. Your knee is making a circle, smooth, round circle. Wonderful. We'll do 3 circles in one direction. Feel it in your buttocks. And now we reverse it. Move the knee away from you first, after a little rest. And then lift it toward the ceiling. Bring it toward your chest, toward the floor, above your left knee, and down away from you. And toward the ceiling. And you're making circle in the opposite direction. Feel again, pelvis can rotate a little bit, but not a lot. Excellent. Could you feel it in your buttocks? Could you feel something waking up there? Please lie on your right side. These last 3 movements on the right side. First was the clamshell. Lift your left knee, separating distance between your knees. Your foot stays on the other foot, and then return it. Your pelvis, again, if it moves a little bit, it's fine. If it completely takes over movement of the hip, probably not fine. So allow some opening in the hip joint. That will activate your hip abductors and hip rotators deep in your buttock. The second movement is our fire hydrant, where you will lift your foot and your knee. Knee goes higher, foot hangs pendulum-like down, not fighting gravity. Return knee to the other knee. Again, raise your knee, allow the leg to be pendulum-like dangling. Return the knee. Go once more, raising your knee toward the ceiling. Come back down. Completely relax. And final movement is our circles. Bring your knee to chest. Bring knee to the ceiling. Bring knee away from you toward the other knee, above your chest, above the floor toward the chest, to the ceiling, circling your knee. At the beginning, it won't be smooth. At the beginning, it may be choppy, but that's okay. As long as it's not painful. If it's painful, we'll have to modify it. Feel the work in the buttocks. Little rest, and then we'll change direction. Bring your left knee away. Your foot reaches a little bit behind you, then toward the ceiling, toward your chest, toward the floor, down, away, again, toward the ceiling, knees circling, weight is slightly shifting on your torso backward. Pelvis can roll a little bit, but not entirely. And feel the work in the buttocks. Please lie on your back. That completes our knee circuit. Those simple movements that are based on science of what we know from rehabilitation medicine, of what works, what brings results. These are the 20% of exercises that will move the needle. So that's the exercise session. Slowly, please bring yourself to sitting. And then come up to standing. Feel how alive your buttocks are, hips are, legs are. Do they feel change even with this one session? Feel the pendulum. How are you managing gravity? Where are your feet in relation to the rest of you? And then walk around. Walk around, pay attention how you pivot. Remember from our first movement session where we were moving heel, when we were weight bearing and pivoting? How do you change direction? Great, wonderful. And come toward the screen for a little bit more, And let me share that screen with you. Here we go. So this is what we just did. And so far, let's recap of what we did. So far, we talk about the 3 pillars for a progress. Do you remember what those 3 pillars were? The mindset was the first one, which is our attitude, our beliefs, the awareness, the mind, how the mind needs to be altered, including the awareness, right? And what we talk about, quote of Albert Einstein. Then the need for essential knowledge through knee assessment. If you haven't done, again, I will strongly encourage you to do this 5-10 minutes and you will can find out. And also what I love about knee assessment is that you can do it in 1 month and you can check how much you improved with what you're doing. So not only it helps you find out where you're at now, what aggravates, how much pain, how irritable the knee is, how sensitive it is, how long it stays painful after you irritate it, because all of these are signs of health. If it's irritation that disappears quickly, it's a healthier knee than irritation that needs 2 days, three weeks to improve. So knowledge, understanding basic anatomy for healthy movement, understanding these things if you're pivoting the heel versus when the foot is stuck and you're pivoting in the knee, or when the knee is knocked knee with the leg not underneath you. And you've learned the recipe for success, that avoiding gapping into front back, to hyperextension onto excessively bend the knee, avoiding the positions, habitual positions that bring your foot not underneath your knee, but a little bit out to the side or maybe inward, and spending most time where the joint surfaces are parallel to each other. Also the twists, what we did in standing, pivoting. We talk about Pareto's law, the 80-20, right? The rule, which leads us to knowing, don't go after everything. You don't need to get perfect. You don't need to change everything. You just focus on one thing and work on it until that gets better. And then take second part under the microscope of your awareness. So don't try to set too many goals, too difficult to achieve. Just focus on one thing, focusing on key elements. And these key elements could be twists, gapping, locking in the knee. And also what we did, the foundational exercises that address your core, your abdominis, transversus abdominis muscle, which is the trunk stabilizer. And we know from science that when it works perfectly, it works only from 0 to 20% of its maximum voluntary contraction. So you don't need like abs of steel or anything. What you need is to learn how to activate, deactivate while you are lifting something, while you're pivoting, while you're putting shoes on, while you sneeze, while you cough, while you push something, while you empty the garbage basket or load the dishwasher. Those muscles need to be spontaneously engaged, not volitionally. The exercises are to wake them up, to bring them into your possibilities. It's not through using volition. So we did the exercises for quadriceps, which is main extensor of the knee and a main support for the knee. Hamstring muscles, main flexor of the knee, and also a support that helps to hold the knee from swimming underneath us, from being unstable. Gluteus maximus muscle, which is the hip extensor and trunk extensor, and also part of the core, which we need for squatting, for getting up from chair, for walking, for negotiating stairs. Absolutely a must muscle for our body. If we don't have strength there, we will start compensate with more work in the quadricep, or distribution of muscular work that is not optimal. Gluteus medius, finally, those clamshells and circles and fire hydrant. That's a pelvis stabilizer. That's what helps you stay tall on the highest point of the hip when you're when your center of mass is tall and you feel youthful, full of energy, rather than compressed, sagging down. So I'm certain that with this information from this course that we've covered on this webinar today, that left on your own, you can do good things. You can really make quite nice progress, set goals, reach nice, interesting goals. And if this was the only opportunity, I think that would be good enough starter. But what if there was another option? What if we could do it together? Together, you, me, my team of Feldenkrais practitioners and coaches, if we could have a chance to go deeper beyond of what the limitations of this short, fast-paced workshop, webinar today. What if I could play a role in your results and I took responsibility for your success and had obligation to your outcome? I would make that different. You think in that situation, I could empower you to do with my team and all the resources that are at our disposal to make a real change, to move the needle, to really move the needle. And that's why I would love to introduce to you a program, a new program. It's a full immersion program called Outstanding Knees. What is this program? So the program, it's a course. It's a course with 33 lessons. 33 lessons of different lengths, from short lessons, 6 minutes long, that deal with theory, that deal with anatomy, that dive deeper into how to improve your spine alignment and how spinal alignment dictates what you need, because you know that gapping, I spoke about gapping, but if the driver for gapping is in the spine, unless you deal with that, unless you clear that, unless you improve that, it will be very hard to improve it. When I injured my old basketball injury, I thought it was the knee that I injured. But with the Feldenkrais method, with training, with studying, I became aware of my habits of compressing one side, of my one side of the spine bending more, and how that links to what's called valgus of the knee, of that deviation of the foot running out to the side. So in this course, we dive deeper through knowledge, through working on our mindset, but also through Feldenkrais lessons. In today's webinar, I didn't do any Feldenkrais lessons because it takes longer. The Feldenkrais lessons that are part of this course are, depending on the lesson, from 36 to 46 minutes long. So there are several lessons that deal with fundamental movement patterns. So it's a course. It's also a coaching program, because I know that to make, you can do the course yourself and treat it as a do it yourself course. We'll make it available for you. But I know that when you're left alone, when you have to do it all by yourself, when you don't have partner to work with, when you don't have your coach with whom you can meet every week, when you can run your obstacles, your roadblocks, you're confused about something that I was teaching, a certain movement that doesn't make sense, or a certain movement that gives you pain, and you don't know how to move around it, how to improve it. When you're left on your own, it gets hard. Another thing with a coaching program is that having a coach, and it gives you accountability. It gives you show up for a one-on-one session on Zoom or in person, if you're in Manhattan, if you can travel to our office, or through Zoom. You meet one-on-one with a person and you will review. How was your week? What did you do? How many times were you able to do? Did you do the basic exercise program? Part of the program is that knee circuit that we did today, but there is much more than that. The practitioner will be able to calibrate that for you. When something is hurting, maybe subtract one. That is when the things become more tailored and individually based. So it's a coaching program. And to me, it's really like if I could have something like this, immersion program like this 30 years ago, when I first injured my knee, and in the literally decade afterwards, where I tried to play, when I tried to rehabilitate myself on my own, with even Feldenkrais Method, with having physical therapy background, knowing what's needed to be done, and the failures and the frustrations, and finally even surgery. And even after surgery, still struggling, still feeling the knee is not mine, that I cannot trust it. What if I rip it again? What if I tear it again? And eventually I got to the point where I'm able to compete and do fencing and to really challenge my knee to the limits. But it took a lot of ups and downs. If I could have a program like this 30 years ago, I think I would jump on it. So back to my journey where I started, when I want you to be happy, pain-free. And so we started with things for free. You can do assessment again. You don't have to sign up. You don't have to. You can do assessment. You can work on your own with these pillars, even from today's webinar, on these twists, how to avoid twists, how to keep the surfaces parallel, and do the exercise daily, every day. But if you could join the fully immersion program, I think your progress will skyrocket. It will not comparable to anything that you can do on your own. Of course, the question is how much it costs, how many thousands of dollars this will be costing you. And it would be a great deal for you if the price was $1,500 or more. But for my mission in life is to make things affordable and make things for people to avoid the pitfalls and mistakes that I took, including, I'll tell you, including delaying surgery. This was a pitfall. This was, remember how I said about mindset and awareness? I was kind of brainwashed and had magical thinking that you can have no ligament in the knee, the ACL completely torn, and you can go back to the activities that I like to do, like really hard fencing, jumping, basketball, shifting, pivoting, being hit by somebody, or in physical contact, accelerating, cutting. It took me 7 years actually to learn that when you don't have the ligament, yes, I learned to play. I played basketball. I learned how to change direction mindfully, using my mind, using everything that I've learned in the Feldenkrais method. But I'm telling you, if you are willing to modify your approach and willing to give up your basketball, your fencing, or whatever you want to do that is high level, you can get by without surgery. Absolutely. You can do it. I learned how to play basketball, and I play with micro injuries here and there throughout the year, but still played for, I would say, probably 4 or 5 years. Until one day, it was the beginning of the season. We are outside. I'm sprinting fully to block somebody, to block their shot. I land and there is crack and it's done. I could not even straighten my knee for 2 months. And even then I didn't go for surgery because I said, no, I'll figure it out. I'm invincible. I can do it. And I got to the point where the knee straightened, there was functional, nowhere able to play, but functional. I could live with that. If I didn't want to go a little further in my activities, I could live with that. There was one exception. My knee was lacking. It wasn't even, I managed pain, but the knee was lacking. I would get off the curb and the knee would get locked and I couldn't straighten. It was kind of like when meniscus get wedged, when the ligament is loose and you have a little bit extra mobility, then you can injure your meniscus even more and it gets locked. I became an expert in unlocking my knee. I would just sit next to the curb or somewhere on the wall and then pop it. It would go in. My knee is fine. I can move until I step another curb or make a twist and turn and felt it. So anyhow, this, back to our pricing. This is the price for the public. That's what we will be charging the course for the public. But because of you showed up today, and your commitment and your efforts that you devoted to being here and studying with me. And this will be for today only, for this webinar participants only, the price of the course. And that includes 5 private coaching sessions with our Feldenkrais practitioners. That includes also in the bonus 5 live sessions, additional training session beyond what is in the course, and 2 live question and answer sessions. So this is the price, and I would love to hear some questions. I can maybe show you one more. I'll show you one more thing. What is this course? Let me show you if I can get into. Here we are. Okay. No, here. That's where we are. So this is the course. In a moment, we'll take a few minutes break and you will be able to, we'll give you the links to how to get to that course. We'll take a few minutes break and then we'll come back with some questions and answers. And also we will have a prize. We will have one prize for you, for one of you, a free session, individual session with a Feldenkrais practitioner. The second prize will be access to our 3 classes, awareness through movement classes, either live or Zoom. The same thing is individual session, either live or through Zoom with a practitioner. So after a break, we are going to announce the participant who will win this. But so outstanding knee course. You will be able to check it, what the benefits of this. We are going to work on the pain relief, mobility, strength, stability, walking, and bonuses. Bonuses, you will get printable exercise guide. You will get the video of the starter exercise routine for daily practice. You will get success journal. This will be a journal where you will be keeping. This will be a tracking, the tool to track progress. You can either print it or fill it online. And when you show up for your private one-on-one sessions with coach, you will review. Your coach will be asking you to take a look at the journal together. What did you struggle? Which movements challenge your homeostasis? Which movements, which activities puts you in the wonderful zone of homeostasis that brings healing? So journaling and checking your progress, having ability to week see how, from accountability point of view, you having a coach and you having your journal, I checked that bubble. I did my exercise today. I did it 3 days in a row. I did 5 days in a row. And you will have concrete tools for working with the coach. Because I'll tell you, this program, from my point of view, it's better than actually working with me one-on-one. Because with one-on-one sessions, sometimes we get into, I'll treat you, I'll see what I see at the day that you come. You walk in the hallways. Those of you who received lessons from me, you know the drill. I watch you. I watch for small patterns of your movement. I try to see where I can make most impact, where I can make your movement more smooth, more controlled, more elegant and simpler and swifter. But having the program that you're doing on your own, where you have agency, where you can report to the coach, oh, I did this, I struggle with that, it will be much better than just showing up for a session once a week just with me without that daily routine, without the daily report. Another two bonuses that you're getting: two Q&A sessions, and finally the 5 additional trainings with me with a small intimate group of people, because this offer will be only for 20 people. We have that's the room that we have for now. So all this offer is for the first 20 people who sign up. Like I said, you can do the work on your own. You could do the practice of this webinar and make big changes. You could get the course, just the course, not the full immersion. The full course, doing it yourself. Of course, it's not with the benefits that I presented. It will not be any private sessions. It's all you're doing on your own. There will be 2 Q&A sessions, live Q&A sessions. You could do this. We will give you, Kasia in a moment will share a link to both options, to the full immersion and to the course itself, just the course without anybody. So let's take a few minutes break. We are going to put links where you can read a little bit, and then we'll do short sessions with questions and answers. Okay, let's take a few minutes. Kasia, could we? Oh, she actually just posted. It's in the chat. Full immersion. And Kasia, maybe if you could keep on moving it to the first place, because as we get more entries, it will get buried. So full immersion, and the second choice is just the course when you do it all by yourself, without coaches, without the 5 extra sessions. And one question: if you are our premium member, meaning you paid for the whole year of membership, the course is free. The course is free, not the full immersion. We'll have a special price for those of you who are premium members for full immersion with coaches. This will be special, even lower than what I gave you before. And you will get the email, because we know who you are. You study with us. You study with us every day. You participate. Also, people who bought my Outstanding Knees course 1, if you bought it, it's on house. I'm thrilled to give it for you for free. It's much better than the first version. It's much more, and plus you will have this 2 extra Q&A sessions, all these benefits of the course itself. So people who bought the first time I taught Outstanding Knees and our premium members, you will have a special offer for both. Courses for free, full immersion will be for a discount. All right, let's take 5 minutes. You can check links. Kasia will be posting it. Full immersion is with all the coaches. And I'll see you in, I'll see you in 5 minutes. And we will do some questions and answers, and then we will have the award, the number 1 prize, the free session, and the 3 classes for 2 of you. So I'll see you in 5 minutes. All right, let's get back. let's get back. And I see from the questions that I did, I'm so excited about this program that I didn't do a good job really describing it. So I'll have a second attempt, second crack at it. So there is a difference between just the course and full immersion. Course includes 33 lessons. There are video recorded lessons. They are chunked down to small episodes from 6-minute episode to 46-minute lessons. And you will be doing these lessons one after another at your own rhythm, at your own pace. I would suggest maybe one lesson a day. In 33 days, you're done. You're done in a month. By 4th of July celebration, you are done with the course portion. If you need more time, spread it longer. If you're eager and you say 6 minutes is short, I did this and I'm still interested, you play the next lesson. You take notes. Even if you do it yourself, you try to make it as active participation as possible. You contemplate of what you've learned, what applies to you. Because some of the program will be about, let's say, kneecaps. Some of you have pain that comes in the front of the knee. And this will be a material very important for you about mobilizing your kneecap, moving it, about learning how it's normal to put pressure on the kneecap. Actually, when you do squatting and you're putting 4,000 pounds of pressure, your kneecap leans 4,000 pounds into your front of the knee joint. So when somebody says, I don't want to put pressure on the knee, it's not possible. It's normal. We put thousands of pounds of pressure on the knee. However, there are times where the kneecap is so irritated, so inflamed, that cannot hold 4,000, 3,000, 2,000 will be difficult. Even getting up from a chair is difficult. So then I share tools for how to mobilize, how to bring again homeostasis. So if kneecap is of your interest, you will spend more time there. You will have your normal journal or something you put and I've learned this was interesting. Oh, this is something to pay attention to, a reminder, a sticky. If I were doing the course only, that's what I would do. I would have the stickies that I have thousands of everywhere on my mirror and reminders about the training. Then they may be not relevant. Maybe your pain is more in the back or more on the side or have less stability. Your kneecap doesn't bother you. So therefore you will go, I'll give you a pro tip. If you are a maximizer like myself, the replay can be set with the time double the speed even. And something that 6 minutes will be 3 minutes. I don't encourage you to do that when you do actual practice. But theory, if you already heard it or you know it already, or you're not too keen on anatomy or theory, you're not as excited as I am about learning your anatomy, you could put it on the double speed and you will be done in just a few minutes. Or come back. This version, I made it so clear that by looking at all 33 lessons are delineated one after another, you know what you're doing. It's not like the previous version, Outstanding Knees course was just 90 minutes, actually more than 90 minutes of you don't know what you're getting. It had theory, it had lessons, it had everything. I chunk it down. I introduce new things that were not in the previous. So this is course. Full immersion is course plus 5 one-on-one sessions with practitioners, 2 Q&A sessions, live Q&A session, 5 additional training live sessions that can also be pre-recorded. And those sessions I wrote myself because you had questions. When are the sessions? The sessions, live sessions, will be on Tuesdays from 7 to 8 p.m. Tuesday, June 10th, June 17th, June 24th, June 28th. There'll also be Q&A sessions, 2 of them on Mondays at 12:30 to 1:30. Each sessions are 1 hour long. If you cannot attend live, you will have access to the recordings. Those sessions will be recorded and you can do the replay. But the live sessions, 5 sessions on Tuesdays, consecutive Tuesdays at 7 to 8 p.m., starting on June 10th. And then 2 Q&A sessions on Mondays, June 16th and July 7th. What you will do is you will learn, you will work on your mindset, you will learn on your knowledge, and you will do plenty of practicing on your own, practicing with your coaches. Go ahead, ask me questions, please. Ellen, your first one. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, it's just a quick question.
Sure.
on the regular course only. It says by completing order, you get core dynamic strength and stability.
Oh, this is a typo mistake.
Okay.
We're
right.
going to straighten out. Wallace is going to take care of it.
All right. So that is the foot. All right. That's what I needed.
You will get the course. A typo, imperfection. We are learning as we go. Suzanne, you're next. If you unmute, you're muted, please.
Okay, brief question.
There you go, Suzanne.
I've had my knee taken out in all 4 directions by a couple big dogs. The leg muscles themselves are relatively strong, but when I'm standing stationary, I feel the knee kind of slip and slide like the tibia and the fibula, or the tibia and the femur. Will doing this course make it so if I do the course, will it make it so that doesn't happen? Will it kind of fix that problem?
Big part of the course is strengthening. So what I want to, I don't want to start. I have another slide that I wanted to show you, but I know we're already running late, so I'm not going to start the slide. But part of, that slide when I show you where you are and where I want you to be happy, pain-free, fully functional, and all these steps. You do assessments, you do the knee circuit exercises on your own, you do it every day. Those exercises will keep on strengthening you, getting you better. Then you're doing the course. Course will have more opportunities to get stronger and stable. Will have more opportunities for you to learn in your body what it means to be in the middle of the joint, in the center of the joint, not on the borders when it's floating, but to be centered. So to clarify that sensory information. Now, the slide that I'm not going to show you is that there is another level. So let's say you do that course and you still feel that the knee is cranky. You're not getting as good result as you can. Then I would encourage one-on-one session with me. If that doesn't work, I would recommend you to an outside specialist, because there are situations, like I told you about my ACL. My leg was floating like that. And there is no magical thinking. I did pretty good job for like everyday activities like sitting, standing, walking, getting out of bed, even stairs. I'd be fine without ACL. I could function. I can teach, I think, anyone how to function well without ACL. But if you want to jump off the, I don't know, scaffolding or something, or do running and climb trees and jump and land and squat and pivot, then I will not promise it. I would refer you to outside specialists for consultation and see if you are a candidate for something else. In some cases, it may mean medical procedures like getting injection, consulting about medication if something keeps staying inflamed. In some cases, even maybe surgery might be, and surgery should not be the last resort. It should be when it's the right choice. It's often people make that mistake that surgery will be my last result. I tried this, I tried this, I tried that. It doesn't help. Therefore, I go for surgery. In this situation, I see many failures, people failing and having after surgery scar tissue and whatnot. Surgery should be when it's spot on. Like if you tear your rotator cuff by falling on outstretched arm or so, and you haven't had chronic problems with this, I would say get surgery. Get surgery, because your chances for recovery after acute injury like this are high. You will be fine. I mean, it still will be painful. The rehabilitation protocol will be long, but if you let those tendons dry, then there is no recovery. They will not connect. I'll get you back. I'll get you back to some level of functioning. I'll get you to move a little bit. But if you wanted to do somersaults or do weight bearing or lift hundreds of pounds or do things with your shoulder or with your knee, there are certain conditions that you actually would need to have kind of the internal hardware like ligaments. So, okay.
Thank you.
I hope that helps. Deborah, you've been active.
Hi, how are you? Okay, I'm trying to make sure I understand this. So you said we get the 33 recorded lessons that are self-paced, a daily home program, which I assume is
the knee circuit. There will be the record.
Okay, yeah, and we have the video to that. Then there's these 5 training sessions, which is in real time, but they're on video, but then you could do
But no, that's not for just the course. Just the course, you will have the 2 Q&A sessions, the 2 Mondays.
Right now I meant the immersion. So
the immersion, you will have 2 Q&As plus 5 live sessions that will be recorded and made available to you as we go. And during these sessions, I will enrich what I didn't do in the first place, which is those functions, those 20/80 everyday activities that we need to focus on. And there will be Feldenkrais lessons on that, and the tools and tips to bring that into your sensory and interpretive and actually executive systems, so you can start implementing.
So those are virtual, but they're recorded if you can't make it.
Correct.
And then you said there's 5 one-on-one coaching sessions.
5 one-on-one coaching session. When you sign up, you're gonna get to this. Let me share that with all of you. Oh, let me see if I can do the right thing. I think I got it. So if you sign up to the immersion, you will get the welcome video with me. You will get the access to that program, to the course, to the 33 sessions. You will click here. You will get to the portal. I'll ask you to mark your calendar for all these dates, for these live sessions. If you can't make them, you will do replay. You will go on your own. You can still ask me Q&A during the course, during the 5 weeks, through emails, or actually even better, I didn't mention as a benefit, and this is such a step up from our previous attempts, community. But before I do this, you mark your calendar with live sessions. You contact us. We are actually going to contact you, but if you want to be super proactive and you want to do tomorrow, schedule already your first session, we will be contacting you via email or phone to schedule your one-on-one sessions with our practitioners. And another benefit that I will ask all of you to join is to join this community, because that's where you can ask questions. You couldn't attend the live session, you watch the replay, you didn't get anything, you didn't get something, you didn't catch something was confusing, or you have a burning question, but you cannot show up for those live sessions during which I will do Q&As and the trainings.
Okay, the one-on-one coaching sessions, are those pretty much just like in the past where you come in for a
1 hour one-on-one sessions, but they will be revolving about the program. They won't be like Feldenkrais practitioner doing
Everything. Okay, so it's just about the knees. And it could be either in person or virtual.
It can be in person or virtual, and they will be revolving about the program, about maximizing. You know, I was so inspired by one of my heroes, a person who I met, who was President Kennedy back pain doctor, Dr. Hans Kraus. And he designed this Kraus exercise program for healthy back, which I drilled. I taught for during the Lenox Hill years. I taught it every day for 2 years. Like every day, it was like I could teach it in my sleep. And at that time, I thought like, yeah, these are such basic exercises. Now I consider them like the best exercise program there is, like a startup exercise. And that inspired me to do something similar for the knee, like how to do that low hanging fruit, that simpler, start simpler and then build from there. So one-on-one sessions will revolve about the program, about the movements, about the topics. They won't be just like if you came to me for a Feldenkrais lesson and you'll tell me, oh, my shoulder hurt today. So I'm going to look at the shoulder and the neck and sometimes get hijacked, which is wonderful. But I really want you to succeed in what brought you here. So I don't want to get all over the place. So
yeah, I'm clear now. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Deborah. All right. Next person who has the hand up. No hands? Jalmala.
Hi,
Yeah.
thank you. I've asked the question, but I haven't seen an answer and I couldn't find it. I don't know what's the matter with my searching, but the course information that it seems like it would be difficult for me. It would be easier for me to do a course at the times of day and night that I could do it
On your
sort
own.
of regularly.
Just the course without the practitioners, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are going, worry not, we are going to send you replay of today's session with information. We'll do our best to be clearer than my jumpy, excited self to guide you with these two options. You will have 2 links, 2 possibilities. You actually have 3 possibilities. Do not, like I said, you don't have to do this. You can do it on your own. I bet you could do it. It's difficult. I think it's much better with help, but you could do nothing and just work on the knee circuit. Do it for a whole month, just every day on your own. Do it through the course, learn more, learn deeper, learn Feldenkrais lessons, learn how spine affects your knees, what happens, how osteoarthritis sets with the knee because of the thoracic kyphosis, how that is stamping a mark on the knee, and how we need to address that. All of these things are in the course. Or the ultimate level, work with a practitioner where you have the course, practitioner, accountability, community, everything, the whole package. Nikki.
Eric, well, as you know, my knees aren't my main problem. The knee problem is more related to arthritis and structural, because now my whole way of standing is thrown off again because of the new compression fracture. I want to thank you for offering we people who took the early course, outstanding knees, the opportunity to do that, because otherwise I really couldn't justify going in, and
you are part of the family. That's what
wonderful. That's absolutely fabulous. I had a question. You mentioned Hans Kraus's back exercises, and I remember when we did it, you were going to send us a link just isolating the exercises so we could.
Nikki, can you email me, because that's outside of this? Email.
Oh, certainly. Oh, sure.
Eric at Better Movement. I'll send you the link. Okay?
And today was great. I actually look forward to doing the exercises.
Kathy. Kathy and Tom, and then John, and then I will need to stop, because I also have, for those of you who sign up for VIP, another private Q&A sessions for only people who chose VIP package. So I'll join them. And before I depart, I will give you the first prize. But go ahead, Kathy, Tom, and John.
Hi. Yes, I wanted to know, I bought your previous knee course,
Mhm.
and I understand that I would get the course, do it yourself for
Mhm.
free to replace that one. What is the full immersion price if I've already bought the course?
For premium members, are members who are signed for whole year, and for people who bought the course previously, the price is 650, I believe. We are going to send you the information. However, the price is only for today and only for participants who actually were in the meeting today. And we are going to send you the opportunity to make the purchase. Then the price goes up. The price goes up by $100, and then after 1 week, when we take down the recording, the Zoom recording, then there will be a public price. There will be
Okay.
still special discount for you, but it won't be as steep as the best you can get is the 650 if you are premium members or bought course before.
Okay, and thank you. And then my next question is, I have autoimmune conditions, so I'm not always able to consistently exercise if I have a flare. So I'm not sure about
Absolutely. I want
making it through the program.
And that's why if you need to make it won't be that you must do 5 weeks. If you want to work with a coach every other week or whatever your situation, we are going to accommodate that. We're going to accommodate. We understand that people struggle with all sorts of things, and the core message is homeostasis, which means sometimes take it easier. Sometimes, you see, when I did this promotion for today's meeting, I showed one video of the knee extension exercise. I got an email from a person. I did this and I got flared up. You see, there's no such thing as one movement that will be uniquely perfect for everybody. People go to bed and wake up with a stiff neck, or so what would you say, that going to bed is injurious or then dangerous in some way? Yes, sometimes it is. So we need to work within who you are, within your parameters, and to make it successful. And that may mean taking it longer. No problem.
It sounds like the actual immersion program would be better for me then, because I could learn to adapt.
I think that working with somebody one-on-one, working with Q&A, community, get active on community talk, maybe you will form some relationship, accountability partners with another person. I tend to procrastinate. I want you to check on me every day. We meet in community and I say, I did it. All in, I did it. 3rd session in a row, 4th session, or I took a break. So beautiful. Tom and John. Tom, you muted. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. The little microphone.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I have 2 questions. One is I sent something related to today's workshop. I sent an extra $17, I think it was, and I can't remember what that.
That's VIP. You are going to get the recording of the exercises themselves, not the recording of this. You will have the recording of the whole session for life, because we will take it down after 1 week. It will be available for replay for everybody for 1 week. But after 1 week, those who signed for $17, you will get it forever. You will get the exercise, the knee session, and there is a Q&A that we are about to start in a moment. So Tom, I'm gonna see you in the different room. Check your email. We just sent you an email a moment ago about logging into Zoom for just the people who sign up for the VIP. John.
Oh, I had one other question.
Okay, Tom.
It has to do with, I took a course online, a back course several years ago. It was very successful. And, I did it daily online. Is that what the course, the 33 video course is?
That's how it's going to be. That's going to be very similar to that. The same similar structure.
I would like to do that. How do I sign up for that?
The link that you will get an email and email with the link with the 2 choices. One for just the course, do it yourself. Second for the full immersion.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Done.
Hi, I'll try to be quick. I know you have another commitment. I started to see you for a knee problem. I'd had two knee problems that were getting better, and I thought that was the basis for my back problem, that it stemmed from that. In the meantime, while I was working my knee, my back went further. It actually became quite bad. I don't know if I should be focusing more on my back or if this course would effectively do that as well, because things are integrated.
I think what one suggestion is to see me individually, and we can make a decision together. It will be when we work on the knees, we actually work on the whole body. You will see the first lesson, the first Feldenkrais lesson is on spine. We don't touch the knee. We start with the spine, with the cardinal movements of the spine, up, down, flexion, extension, lateral, because that impacts what's happening down below. So my sense as of now is that you could do this, even though you may feel some flare up in the lower back. And if you want to be 100% reassured, then schedule a session with me and we'll make a decision together.
Okay, I actually have one scheduled for.
Okay, can't wait to see you. All right, great. So much appreciation for your beautiful questions, for your participation. The prize, we look for 2 things. We look for how active you were in the chat, and we also look for where did I have the list? Your activity in community. So the first prize, Deborah Baxley, that's you. You get the free FI session with a practitioner.
Thank you. Great.
We'll contact you. Thank you for your activity, for being there, for chatting away. And another person who will get the second prize, who is right now the leaderboard in our community, with posting, with cheering, with giving thumbs up, is Carol. Carol, we are going to contact you. I had your name somewhere when I was checking earlier on who was the most active person in the community. I'll post it in the community. You will know that it was you, okay? It's Carol Hinderline. Okay, yeah, that's you. Excellent. You get the 3 ATM session. Thank you. It was a blast. Sorry I kept you half an hour longer. That's my weakness, and I'm sorry I'm keeping people who wanted to meet at 2:15. This is if you are on the VIP and you have still questions, want to hang for a few more minutes, have more questions, more clarity, more decisions, if you paid that $17, I'm here for you. You will link to you click the Zoom, check your email. I will close this meeting and I'll open the new meeting with the new link. So check your email. It came at 2 p.m. I think, and I'll see you there in a moment. Thanks so much for today.